All right, we're here with Coach Bryan Oakes, the head coach of the Reigns Wildcats. Coach, how are you?
I'm good, Kyle. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Let's talk a little bit about last season. A 1-9 overall record, 1-5 in district play. Obviously, not the way that you or the Reigns community wanted that season to go, but talk a little bit about last year and the ups and downs of it.
Well, I'll say first and foremost, obviously everyone wants to have success in anything they do in terms of wins and losses. And the old cliche that it can't always be measured in wins and losses. And that's exactly kind of what we dealt with last year. We came into the season with a very young, inexperienced O-line that was exploited out of the gate. And I think as the season progressed, that's kind of where you've seen our growth. The one thing you don't talk about, you talk about 1-9, but we ended with that win, which is huge in terms of program builder, in terms of buy-in, and it kind of showed where our kids were at, mentally growing as the year went along, and all that to say that was huge.
And obviously, I've been around the Reigns team for a while, and seeing the past couple of years have been a little rough in the football program. But what has you talk about buy-in? What has the community support been like, and the kid buy-in? Even though it's been kind of a downtime right now for Reigns football, what has that buy-in been like from the kids?
I mean, I think a lot of times, matter of fact, so obviously summer workouts are going on right now and things of that nature, but when we finish, we're doing a character lesson as a group, and that's high school and junior high both. And then when we're finished with that, I'm meeting with the seniors in a leadership council type meeting and discussing things. And that's one of the things we talked about today was a cultural shift and how the analogy I gave them was gaining weight. That typically as you look in the mirror daily, you don't see a weight gain. When you look back and reflect on a picture from the years previous, you're like, wow, I put on a lot of weight or lost a lot of weight even. But that said, it's a lot like a cultural shift in terms of when you're in the moment and you're doing it, you don't necessarily see it happening, but it is. And what I used with them was I've had several parents in this community reach out to me and discuss that. And then again, too, the numbers in summer workouts kind of show the buy-in. In the years past, we've competed to get our numbers as high as possible. And not that that's the be-all, end-all, but I think we're averaging higher, the upper 80s in terms of our kids being, and that's huge, and I think that also shows that the community supports what we're doing. And I think a parent has to understand that we first love their child before they understand that what we're doing is important in football.
Yeah, it's about building men and not necessarily the football, the outcome on the football field. You want to win, but you got to build the men first.
But Kyle, I'll go so far to say this: I don't want anybody to ever think that Coach Oakes doesn't want to win, because ultimately I do want to win, but I want to win forever. And when I say that, our job as coaches is to build CEOs, and if we're building CEOs, then we're obviously building better football players in the process. So, winning is a byproduct of character.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the district realignment. It happens every 2 years. Sometimes there's teams that get thrown into a brand new district, and then there's other situations like the Reigns Wildcats are in where it's pretty much the same district. Obviously, you bring in Malakoff, you lose Pottsboro, which again, you bring in a state champion when you lose Pottsboro, so it doesn't make it any easier. But just talk a little bit about the district and how competitive that district is.
Man, it's a good district top to bottom, as it has been, and we're fighting just to get to the middle of it. And more so than that, at this point, we're fighting to try to call to the top. And just like you said, Malakoff is obviously the big topic of the district. It was as soon as realignment came out, and I watched our kids' faces drop to some degree. But just as I told them, if you want to be one, you got to beat one. And I think that's the goal here. Constantly fight. One of the lessons we're going through right now is that you don't win it on the scoreboard. You win it play by play. And I think I've had opportunities as a coach and as a player both to see the outcome of winning it play by play and trying to change our kids' mindset. That's a big deal. But this district is tough. You've got Winsboro, who is a powerful team. You've got Mount Vernon with some history. You've got Mineola with some history. But I like to think that Reigns Wildcats can start their own history.
There you go. That's the mindset to have right there. Well, let's talk about it. It starts this season. Let's talk about this upcoming season. You're returning 12 starters, 6 on offense, 6 on defense. That's a good amount. And 4 of the 5 starters returning on offensive line, like you said, that kind of started to gel a little bit towards the end of the year. So what's your excitement level like coming into this year, and what are your expectations?
Well, excitement level. That's one thing we talk about here too, is never being too high, too low. And the thing that I suffer from as a coach, is that I don't celebrate the expectation near enough. So from that perspective, it's hard to say that we're super high here, or super high there, or super low here, or super low there, just because, again, we're trying to live along the line. not by emotion, but by consistency and doing the same thing over and over. Well, that said, the consistency's been that those kids have been here this summer. We did a lot of 7-on-7. We did a lot of lineman challenges, which those don't necessarily correlate to wins and losses on the football field, but they do, however, help you gel and help you learn to compete together and things of that nature. And I think we did a great deal of that this spring. But I'm excited just to see how these kids grow. Again, I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but we feel like there's an opportunity before us.
All right. Well, Coach Oaks, thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us this afternoon. And best of luck this season. We'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you so much, Caleb.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.